Good morning, students. Today we are going to study about orthographic projections. What is orthographic projection? So basically you can see on the screen, it is a technical drawing in which different views of an object are projected on the different reference planes, observing perpendicular to the reference planes. Means what this statement tells us, that whenever you have to we have to observe any object, what we have to do, we have to observe it against any plane. Like if you are keeping an object like this, and if you want to see it, so you have to keep a plane in front of that, and with reference to this plane you can observe. Now in the video you can see my hand, I am projecting like that. If you are in front of me and if you want to see this object, you have to keep the project plane like this, then only you can observe the object. Like for an example, if we can take, you all of must have watched a cricket match. In that, when the bowler bowls a ball, what happens, the side screen behind the bowler is always plain. If the ball is in red of color, like in test matches, the red it is played with red balls. So the side screen behind the bowler is white in color. So that at the speed of more than 130 or 140, if the batsman wants to observe that object, he has to have a reference plane behind that particular object, and that is a ball. Hence, he can see that ball very well. In white ball cricket, in one day cricket or T20 matches, the ball is white, though the side screen behind the bowler is black in color, and in test matches, since the ball is red or brown in color, we can say the side screen is white in color, and that is the reference plane. That side screen is called as a reference plane. That object means that ball which is getting delivered by the bowler is the object, and the observer is the batsman. So observer is the batsman, then the object, and then the reference plane. This is the way in which it is arranged to get the orthographic projection. Going ahead, what are the different reference planes that are used for orthographic projection? So the first is horizontal plane, second is vertical frontal plane, and the third is side or profile plane. Now these three planes are the reference planes, or we can say principal planes of projection. Horizontal plane is horizontal like a ground surface or a floor surface. Vertical plane is a plane, it is just like a wall, a vertical wall we can say, across which we observe the object. If a plane is horizontal, then the object is observed in this way. It is written in the first statement, observing perpendicular to the respective reference plane. The definition of orthographic projection tells us it is a technical drawing in which different views of an object are projected on different reference planes. The third statement is important, observing perpendicular to the respective plane. That means if the horizontal plane is like this, then object is kept here, and if you are observing, you have to look it from the about upper direction in this way. So the direction is perpendicular to the plane. So this is a horizontal plane, and this is the direction of observation. Now the second plane which is written over there is vertical frontal plane. So the vertical frontal plane is like this, and you are standing in front of this plane. Here the object is kept. So whenever you observe this object, you are looking at this object from this direction. So when you are looking at this object from this direction, the object is in between, and here is the vertical plane. So again you are observing it in a perpendicular direction, and you get the view. Now, what is a side or profile plane? Now, if I am saying this is the horizontal plane and this is the vertical plane, like this L shape, if it is kept in like L shape, like this, like this. This is horizontal plane and this is vertical plane. So on this we are getting one view, on this we are getting. Now these two planes are kept like this. One is horizontal plane, which is this plane, and one is vertical plane, which is this plane. The third plane, which is a profile plane, is a plane which is actually mutually perpendicular to horizontal plane and vertical plane. So if I am keeping two planes like this, one is horizontal plane, one is vertical plane, then the third plane would come here in this direction. So one is, this is vertical plane, this is horizontal plane, and this is profile plane. These are the three planes which are basically principal planes of projection in case of orthographic projections. Now, the views which we get on these particular planes are called as front view, top view, and side view. Now, on which plane we get the front view, on which plane we get the top view, on which plane we get the side view. So, as per the name, horizontal plane, on horizontal plane we get the top view, because in horizontal plane when we observe the object, we observe it from the top, because horizontal plane is like this, object is here, we observe it from the top, hence the view which we get on this plane is called as top view. This is a frontal plane, object is here, you are standing in front of that particular object. So when you are observing it like this, perpendicular to this plane, this is a vertical plane, and you are observing it from its front, that's why it is called as front view. So front view is always obtained on vertical plane. This is vertical plane. Now one view, top view we got on horizontal plane, one view we got on vertical plane, that is a front view. Now the remaining plane is side plane or profile plane. So whatever view we get on this plane is called as side view. So on, remember this, on vertical plane we get a front view, on horizontal plane we get a top view, and on profile or side plane we always get a side view. You can see now front view is projected on vertical plane, side view is projected on horizontal plane, sorry, pardon, top view is projected on horizontal plane, and then side view is projected on profile plane. Now what are the important terms of orthographic projection? The first one is planes, second is pattern of planes and pattern of views, and the third is method of drawing the orthographic projection. So first one is plane, means the three reference plane which is talking we are talking about, that is horizontal plane, vertical frontal plane, or and the third is side or profile plane. Okay? Pattern means what? In how they are arranged, how they are arranged. If it is kept horizontal, then it is a horizontal plane. If it is kept in front of the object, then it is a vertical plane. And if you are observing the object from its side on a plane, then it is called as profile plane. And what are the methods of drawing orthographic projection? For drawing any orthographic projection of any object with reference to the plane, we always have to observe it perpendicular to the direction of the reference plane.